Hello and welcome back to the Inner Flame Oracle. My name is Tracy and I'm here to help you reconnect to your inner flame. I've been out of commission again for a while. I was very sick with bronchitis for a few weeks and some other stuff happened with my health and whatever, but I'm back to it and I feel great to be back. So I know you've all been probably waiting for a while, so let's just get into it and see what messages want to come out for you today. All right, Sacred Travel Oracle deck. Here we go. Grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. That is very, very true. Through gratitude, joy expands. Unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. So if you're questioning, do I need to be here? Should I be somewhere else? The answer is no. You're exactly where you need to be and in the flow. Everything is smooth sailing. All right. So grace and gratitude, unknown territory, and in the flow. Let's see where the tarot wants to go today in regards to this message on the table and see what other messages want to come out to help this story unfold for you. I hope you're all doing well. Halloween is coming up pretty soon. My favorite holiday. If it's your favorite holiday, please comment below. I would love to know who else is on board. Well, it's actually called Samhain in Wicca, but for those of you that don't know that, so comment below if Samhain, Halloween, is your favorite holiday. As you can see, I've done a little bit of decorating in my space here. And let me know what you think of it. Let me know what you think of the new look. All right, here we go. Oh, and please do like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Helps the channel to grow. Thank you very much. Okie dokie. And I think that is enough shuffling. When the cards start being resistant like that, I feel an energy of resistance from someone out there. That could be what's going on. So let's just see where we're going, okay? First card out is the Fool, the Devil, and the Fool is the overall energy for the reading, and I will talk you through this, but we're just going to lay down the cards first. The Hermit, Page of Wands, the Knight of Swords, okay, the King of Cups in reverse. I'm going to keep that. I don't generally read reversals, but you know what? This whole deck is straight up. I checked it before I came on camera, and that card came out reverse for a reason, so we're going to leave it there and we'll get to it, okay? Seven of Cups, the Seven of Swords, Justice, and the Page of Cups. Oh, you know what? There was a card left on the table after I picked up my deck. So I'm going to leave it there, but I will show it to you because it's probably significant to this story. But we're going to start in the beginning here. So with the Fool coming in as the overall energy, most of the time the Fool is kind of like, you know, a carefree energy, just moving along through life. Kind of juggling everything that's going on. Maybe you're doing a bit of that in your life right now. You're just trying to juggle everything that's going on. And I also like to point out too with the Fool card that there's a little dog there, and dogs represent loyalty. So this could be about being loyal to yourself. This could be about somebody else being loyal to you or not being loyal to you. But in all regards, the Fool is a light-hearted energy, full of life and fun, almost childlike energy. So we'll see how that plays out in the rest of the reading. And with the first three cards on top, we've got the Devil, the Hermit, and the Page of Wands. So with the Devil, the Hermit, and the Page of Wands, what I'm seeing here is kind of like getting grounded in a sense with the Hermit coming in. And the Devil energy, like this is also Capricorn energy. And so it also represents like, you know, December, January kind of, it could be a timing card. It could be a timing card. And it just looks to me kind of like maybe, you know, because the Fool and the Devil here, what I said about juggling everything, you could be just feeling kind of overwhelmed with all kinds of stuff that's going on. And you're kind of like, you feel like you're in the fire. You feel like you're kind of in the fire. You're juggling everything. And you're not really sure what to do. With the Hermit coming in, it's showing me that you probably need some quiet time. You need some time to yourself to kind of process what is going on. And, you know, with the Hermit in this tarot deck, I always see this as like he's got the lantern there and he's shining the light on this snake. So there could be something going on with somebody being not loyal to you. Maybe causing a bunch of stuff that's lower vibrational energy things. But, you know, overall, I see it as more like you need to just take some time for yourself. Maybe it's saying like shine the light on the things that you see that aren't really, you know, that good for you. You know, maybe there's some stuff going on that you need to eliminate from your life. Excuse me, with the Page of Wands coming in right after the Hermit, like pages are messengers and wands are fire. So there's some kind of, it's a weird energy. It's kind of like there's some kind of message of passion, some kind of message of creativity, or some kind of message coming in from somebody that is passionate and creative. Because after you go from that kind of a message coming in from someone, it goes into the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is, to me, is always an energy, especially with the eagle flying high. It's like you're forging forth, you know, and you're seeing things from a different perspective in life than you ever have before. And that could be a little bit about what this storyline is. You know, you're starting to see things for what they are now in your life. And maybe you didn't really see things in proper perspective before. And that kind of makes me feel like, yeah, that's right, with the King of Cups coming in reversed. Because the King of Cups in reversed is kind of like some upset emotional energy over somebody that you know. Excuse me. Somebody that you know that maybe you were emotionally involved with, whether it's an intimate relationship or a friend or a family member or coworker or whatever it might be. There's some kind of emotional instability going on with that person. It could also be maybe you're feeling emotionally unstable. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing it like that. You're feeling a bit emotionally unstable. Excuse me, I have to take a drink of my ginger ale. And that's causing you to feel very confused. Very, like, cups are emotion. And it's like, kind of like you're putting all the things in your life into an emotional ball, you know? And it's like you're placing everything in it. How do I put that? You're kind of like, you're expecting some kind of emotional reward for everything that you do. And because that's not really coming for you, you're feeling this emotional insecurity going on. And okay, hang on a second. So I'm seeing this like, yeah, it could be like you need to put things into perspective. You need to see things from a higher perspective, almost like seeing the big picture. Look at the big picture, not the small little stuff that's going to drive you crazy, because this is also confusion, right? You're very confused over your emotions, emotional instability. And with this Seven of Swords coming in, which I'm going to clarify, because the Seven of Swords is an energy of like somebody trying to get away with something, trying to be sly, like the fox there, you know, maybe trying to steal something from you. Swords represent communication. Maybe somebody's lying to you. And just want to rewind here for a second and go back to the Hermit energy, because what I said about the Hermit shining the light on the snake in the grass there, there's your snake in the grass, okay? And we're going to see if we can find out a little bit more about that. We're going to do that right now, and I'm going to use my Van Gogh tarot for this. Because, yeah, it looks like there's some kind of emotionally unbalanced energy, and you're being asked to see things from a different perspective while you're juggling everything that's going on. Excuse me. And maybe questioning, you know, this unknown territory. It could be something that you've never really dealt with before. You're not sure if you're where you're supposed to be. It could be in regards to a job. It could be a relationship. It could be where you live. It could be anything like that. But the universe, your spirit guides, whatever you want to call it, they're showing you that, no, you're exactly where you need to be. And sometimes when we're in situations or places or careers or whatever, and we're questioning it, and we're being told that, you know, it's exactly where we need to be, it's because there's some kind of lesson that needs to be learned there. And so, you know, being in the flow with that, and know that everything is smooth sailing, because even if it's turbulent, it's supposed to be this way, right? It's like it's meant to be. And just try to get grounded. Try to see things from a bigger perspective so that you can live your life through gratitude, right? And through gratitude, joy expands. Okay. So let's get some clarification around this Seven of Swords. All right. Clarifying the Seven of Swords, please. Wow. Okay. So, excuse me for a second. I have to go get a flying card. Ooh. Wow. Look at that. The Devil in reverse and the Devil in the beginning. So, it's looking to me like, let's just keep going. Whatever this devil energy is, because this is showing me that somebody's trying to get away with something. I'm not sure exactly what, you know, right? Somebody's trying to get away with something. It's confusing you because it probably has an emotional attachment to it. And so maybe you're confused about this person's intentions. Let's see if we can get anything else to clarify the Seven of Swords. Yeah, the Three of Wands. And the Six of Wands. Okay. So clarifying that Seven of Swords with Devil in reverse, the Three of Wands, and the Six of Wands. And wands are fire energy. Look at this. There's that Page of Wands with the message coming in from someone that is, could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Or it could just be somebody that's very passionate, very creative. And it also could be someone that uses their passion and creativity to manipulate you. Because there's emotion going on here, I'm kind of feeling like that's what that is. And when we're clarifying that Seven of Swords with the Devil in reverse, the Three of Wands, and the Six of Wands, it's kind of like, yeah, it's time for you to move on from this. It's time for you to get the big picture. Get the big picture. Realize that whoever this is, They are manipulating you in a way of using passion and creativity. Very, very sneaky. Being very sneaky. Very snake in the grass. And this is also like, excuse me, I'm getting a sense that this is someone from your past. This is someone from your past, yeah, and maybe that's why you're confused about it, because I don't think you've seen or heard from this person in a long time. And all of a sudden they pop in and they're kind of like, hey, how you doing? And you're kind of like, well, what the hell? Why does this person want? What do they want? I think it was a kind of a turbulent situation with whoever this person was, and you're confused by them showing up, because the Six of Wands is showing me that it's somebody from your past, but you're going to move away from this. You're going to figure it out, okay? And then justice comes in to balance the scales. So you're going to figure it out after all this emotional confusion. You're going to balance everything. You're going to find your way. You're going to figure it out. You're going to walk away from this person. Because there's a Page of Cups coming in, which is a message. So this is another message coming in from someone of an emotional message, okay? And it's a 2. So there, you got the page, or not a 2, but there's 2. See the seahorses? Sorry. That's why I'm going towards the 2. This looks like 2 and how they're facing away from each other. This is 2 different people coming in with 2 different offers. And I think, and both of them are emotional offers. There's a lot of emotion going on here, and that's why this confusion is happening. You're kind of confused as to what to do, which decision to make, which person to pick, kind of thing. But the new offer with the Page of Cups that's coming in, this is not somebody from your past. This is somebody new. Let's see if we can get some information on that one. What is this Page of Cups? Please clarify this Page of Cups. Oh, look. Okay. Look at this. Yeah, 2 of Wands, King of Swords in reverse. The 4 of Swords in reverse, and Justice. You got Justice twice. Yeah, the 2 of Wands. And Wands are fire and energy and passion, creativity, and stuff like that, right? 2 of Wands. Look at this. And I said 2, right? Because I saw the seahorses there. But it didn't say 2 cups. It said Page Cups. But I saw a 2 because I was like feeling like, yeah, there's two different offers coming in from 2 different people. And one of them is from your past. Could be a fire sign from your past. Excuse me. 2 of Wands. Yep. You're making a decision. The King of Swords, the 4 of Swords, and Justice. And you got Justice twice here. Okay? So you got Justice twice. And the interesting thing to me is that this Justice card came out underneath the King of Cups in reverse. Right? So that King of Cups energy and the King of Swords in reverse. Look at this. King of Swords, Knight of Swords. This King of Swords reversed and the King of Cups reversed is kind of showing me that maybe these 2 people are these 2 people. Okay? And you have to make a decision around who it's going to be. Or maybe it's none of them. Maybe you're just like, you know what? I don't got any time for this. The Justice comes out twice to show you that, hey, and twice. There's 2 again, right? Maybe you're weighing your options, right? You're weighing your options. You're confused about all the emotion connected to both of these potential decisions. And you're like, I'm thinking you're just kind of like, no, I don't want any part of this. I'm going to keep moving on. Now, remember I said in the beginning, when I was shuffling the tarot and laying it out for you, that one card stayed on the table there. Okay, we're gonna get that card now and see what it is. Wow. Okay. The Page of Swords. Look at this card. Doesn't that look very similar to this card? The Seven of Swords, right? So, another message. So, communication comes in, and you're kind of like this. I'm kind of seeing, okay, hang on a second. When this came out, I was like, okay, this is reminding me of the Seven of Swords. But what I'm seeing from this is kind of like you picked a sword. You said, no. You picked a sword, even though this does represent a message. Look at that. The Knight of Swords. You picked up your sword. You chose. You made your choice. You made your choice. Right? You made your choice. You balanced it out. You made your choice. And look at this person is on their own. So I'm thinking that you didn't choose either one of these messages or offers or people or whoever this is. And you just said, no, you know what? I'm going to keep going forward. I see the big picture. I'm not going to mess around anymore with this stuff that's confusing me, this stuff that's making me feel crappy, this stuff that's like got my emotions all upset and insecure, and like I don't want that, and I have to get more for you because I feel like this story isn't finished. Look at that. Sorry. Knight of Swords underneath. And I was just talking about this being you, right? Knight of Swords. So that's just confirmation. Let's see what other messages want to come out. Okay, dokie. Well, there you go. Yeah. Wow. Okay. There's a lot here. I'm going to summarize this. So 5 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands. There's the 7 of Swords again. There's the Hermit again. Queen of Cups, 9 of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords has come out 3 times. And now you've got 3 Knights. The Hermit twice. The 7 of Swords twice. The 2 of Swords and the 2 of Wands making your decision. The Ace of Wands reversed. With the Ace of Cups. Yeah, it's showing me that you didn't choose either one of these situations. You didn't choose either one of these situations. Wait a minute, did you get the, sorry, I got a lot of cards going on here. No, you didn't. The 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is like an energy of like staying awake at night and worrying and thinking and all in your head and all that stuff. And this 5 of Pentacles, 5s are like changes, transformation, and Pentacles are about abundance and stability and money and things like that. And you could have been up worrying about all that stuff, and then this stuff came in, like these 2 messages came in from wherever, social media or whatever, and you just kind of got sidewinded by it, and you had that other stuff on top, right? Like this juggling everything. So you were already in this state of concern and confusion and worrying and staying up all night worrying about maybe your finances and things like that. And then this emotional stuff comes in, and then that comes in, and then that comes in, and what do I do? And all the confusion, right? Everything spinning around, juggling everything there is. But in the end, you were loyal to yourself. And that's what matters. And it's like, yeah, you are exactly where you need to be. There's a big lesson that you learned about yourself here. And to me, I see it as like you chose you. And when we choose ourselves, everything is smooth sailing. When we choose ourselves, everything is smooth sailing. Wow, that was quite the reading. If this was your story, would you please comment below? I'm curious to see whose story this is. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. We're gonna close out the reading. Nope, we're going with this one. My life coaching oracle, that something the spirit guides are guiding me to use this one to close it out. So while I'm shuffling, again, please like, comment, and subscribe. You can find all the information you need about the Inner Flame Oracle in the description box below. Depending on the next week and a half or whatever, I'm going to try to do a special live Halloween reading for you. I will post within the next week or so, or let you know through the readings here on YouTube if I'm going to be doing it. I would like to do it, but you know, my life sometimes just isn't sometimes it's just a big neat little mess, right? And me too. I juggle through a lot of things all the time, so you know, don't worry about it. It's just a part of life, and it's a part of growing, and it's a part of learning, and it's all those things, so it's all good. All right, so we're going to close off the reading. Okay. Parting ways. It may be time to move on from this person or situation. And there you go. If that doesn't say it all, I don't know what does. This card summed up the whole reading. Well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I hope this helped. I'll see you next time on the Inner Flame Oracle.